What's up guys? Today we're going to be working on my Tacoma. I got a box here that was shipped out from Rogue Off-Road. I'll have a link to their website in the description below. They have parts for the Tacoma. If you didn't see, I got my exhaust from them. If you haven't checked out that video, I'll have that down below as well. They have parts for Jeeps, Ford, Lexuses, Lexi, is that plural? Lexuses as well. So I've already opened this up, but I'm going to go ahead and unbox it again just for dramatic effect. Ooh. We got some awesome apparel. Can't wait to wear this. We got two shirts, so shout out to Rogue Off-Road for the apparel there. And then we have an engine modification that we're going to be adding to the truck, and I think every vehicle should have this. Oh geez. When you open it and rebox it, and then you can't open it again.
This is supposed to make it easier, Mike.
It's the wrong way. Right. Yeah. So I think every vehicle should have this. This is a product from JLT Performance, and this is an oil separator, also known as an oil catch can. I never thought I would be installing this part on my Tacoma. We do this on our sports cars or turbo cars.
Well, actually, the Genesis
Coupe.
Yeah. I failed you guys. I'm sorry. What? Eventually, I'll do them on those cars. I've only done on the Genesis.
So this is from JLT, and it's made out of a solid piece of billet aluminum. It's a very nice piece. Like, you feel it.
This is like super nicely crafted.
And what I like about this one is I've seen some other videos where oil catch cans, you have to put in a container if you don't want to take the whole thing out, or have some kind of like drip end under it to empty it. This one's going to be installed just like this, and all I have to do is take this out, you know, dump it and put it back on.
And it does have a filter slash baffle in there, which is really cool.
Yep, there's a mesh piece on this side. So I love the design of this. It's going to be super easy to change out. They recommend that you check this every 10,000 miles. I'm going to check it probably the first 500 miles or so, and then 1,000 just to gauge. And then I'm going to be changing it every time I do an oil change. So for me, once a year or every 5,000 miles. Not sure if you can go the full 10,000, but I'm just going to do that just to be sure. And then we have a bracket to connect it, 2 hose clamps. I think I have to modify my stock one, and then a little bit of hardware. So let's go ahead and we'll get into today's install. I need to unlock the truck first. Actually, the modification that I have coming next is going to make this a lot easier. All right, so don't mind the dirt.
I was going to say, you got to clean this thing.
I haven't been in the truck in a while. So the hose that we're looking at is right behind this piece here. We have the intake manifold side, and then the PVC. Is that right? PVC?
One of the two.
One of the two. PVC side.
Yeah, the crankcase. Yeah.
Yep. So what I have to do is remove this hose. Before I do that, we do have to cut the stock hose. So I need to make sure that we take it out and we don't screw it up.
Yeah.
You know, like don't get the sides mixed up. So we're just going to start off by removing this clamp on the back side, and we should. Yep. Okay. So that one's off. The oil's not going to come out, right?
No, it might be a little greasy.
Yeah. And then we'll do the same with this one. Just got to wiggle it a little bit. I kind of do hate that we're cutting the stock one. I'm not sure why you have to cut it, but we'll find out.
At least it's all just cheap hose you can always get at the auto store.
Okay, so
there we go. It's only going to go back in one way.
Yeah, intake manifold side. So actually, it's easy to remember because I already know from the instructions we have to cut right here. I do need the one tool we don't have. Where's my razor knife?
Yeah, I wish you guys were here when Mike brought this out. Every single thing fell off of this.
What happened to my razor knife? Is it inside? Oh my gosh.
This is a 5-minute job, Mike.
Yeah. Be back. Are you still recording?
I am.
Why'd you take this off? Look, it's supposed to go right here.
When I was doing my vinyl on the Supra, it was in my way. Because I had my camera mounted like right up here.
So I finally upgraded and got myself a small little bench tool thing.
Cool.
And when people don't put your tools back where they belong.
Whoa, you just did that to me with a knife, bro.
Whatever.
That was sketchy.
So you can use what? You could probably use scissors or anything. I'm just going to use a razor knife. It's very thin plastic, or not plastic, what is it? Rubber.
Yeah.
So whatever method you want to use, this is what I'm doing, and I don't know, it's taking a little bit of time here.
And the way we have these two new lines is the way they're going to be sitting. The shorter one is going to connect to the shorter one, and then the longer one, you guessed it, is connecting to the longer one. Yeah. So pretty simple, very straightforward actually.
Yeah, not all that hard to do. I know you're not supposed to cut with a razor knife, but anyway. So yeah, we're putting the shorter edge right here, and we have all the supplied hardware that we need. It's really on a scale of 1 to 10. This is probably like a 2.
Yeah,
3.
if that.
It's not really hard to do. It says to add a little bit of grease or something, but I mean, I got that in pretty easy.
Well, once you install this back to the car, you're going to have to swivel that so it lines up with the cam.
Yeah, no.
So that's why. So yeah.
So I don't have a small enough socket for this. So use the tools that you have. Next up we have short side to short side. Oh yeah, those are the screws for the can, the bracket holder.
Yeah.
For the can. Actually, I really like this setup. You guys will see here soon. It uses a factory hole. I don't even know why it's blank. Do you? Did we take any? We haven't messed with that side of the engine, have we?
Yeah, I don't know.
So I don't know why there's a missing hole there, but maybe they figured someone would install this. We'll do like a test fit. But I think we should put these in before we do the bracket, right? So this one's gonna go.
That one looks good.
It's got a snake all the way back here, like this. So I have to twist it a little bit. So I'll do that off camera here real quick.
And then the shorter one basically has to go like this. So you want this like straight up and down because it's going to hook up like this and then go right up. So they're almost perfect, and we're about good to install them.
One thing I want to point out, the attention to detail, they did the same logo on both sides, but this plate is going to cover this up, so you're not even going to see that. So that's a pretty cool extra step to make it look nice when you get it. It's not just a blank cover there. So I'm going to go ahead and install these. With this ready to go, one thing that I forgot to mention is you want to make sure the logos are lined up, so just have them in the same orientation. I already went ahead and put a little bit of grease on these ends here just so it makes it easier to put these on, and I just got to keep pushing a little bit more. All right, so that should be all the way on, right?
Yep.
All the way up to there. It's just going to be a little bit harder to get this one on. Actually, I'd probably recommend doing the shorter one first because you have a lot more slack on this longer one. And so now we're going to use this hole on the back side here. Comment down below if you know what that is for. It's kind of odd that they just have a random hole there. Unless they knew Tacoma owners were going to install an oil catch can. Although it's cool, check it out. Rogue Off-Road has a lot of awesome parts. And I'm excited to see the benefits of this, especially in a naturally aspirated engine. Brian can help me explain a little bit more the benefits of an oil catch can. Isn't it more beneficial for turbo and supercharged engines because they rev higher? Or
pretty much every engine really should have an oil catch can because your intake pipe and intake manifold create a vacuum and are actually sucking out the crankcase oil and gases that are in the top of your engine. So it's the stock car, in every car actually, is basically recirculating vapor that's inside the engine. So oil, literally oil, is getting into your air intake stream, going into your pistons, getting combusted with your gas and air fuel mixture and everything. So an oil catch can separates that, so when the intake manifold is sucking that air through the crankcase, pulling that oil vapor out, this oil catch can traps the oil, so none of the oil goes back to the intake. So it's definitely beneficial. I did it on the Genesis Coupe, and every oil change there was like this much oil and gunk and so much junk in there. I really need to do it on the GTR and Supra because high performance turbo cars really need it because there's a lot of pressure in there. Not as much pressure in a naturally aspirated engine, but still it's cleaner, healthier, makes it more efficient, and it's super cool. It looks good and not expensive at all. So I would definitely recommend it.
Did your Gen drive better? Like, am I going to see any improvements in MPG or anything significant?
You're not going to notice a difference.
Just the longevity of the engine?
It's better for it.
Okay.
You might as well do that, and the only reason car companies don't do this is because no one's going to change it.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's easier and cheaper just to not have one, so
well, yeah,
that's why they do it on the aftermarket. So definitely worthwhile on any car.
If you work on your own car, I mean, I'll do it every oil change.
Yeah.
And now look at this. So this is what I love about it because it's in such a good spot.
That's so much better than mine was.
That even if this is completely full.
Yeah.
So like right now, I can take it. Like I don't even have to worry about like dumping it out. I mean, it's a perfect fit.
Yeah.
Going right here. So that's awesome. I'm not sure how full it's gonna get.
In the winter time, for those of you guys watching, in the winter time it might get full more if your engine isn't getting to temperature.
Yeah.
So wintertime, check it, but once you kind of figure it out, you'll see the normal intervals.
So I'll keep you guys updated. I might make some Instagram posts, so follow us on Instagram at Bros for Speed. Minor updates like this, I probably won't make a video, but if you have any questions, comment down below. And if it's months from now, I'll be sure to get back to you just to see what the progress is like of it. With everything installed now, we're gonna go ahead and start up the truck just to make sure there's no leaks or anything like that. So if you wanna see it, Bri, because I'm gonna get there after you. Ready?
Yep.
I mean, everything should be good. We're not gonna see any oil in it in this 5-minute test here, but
yeah.
what?
It good. Making sure there's no vacuum lines, leaks.
Yeah.
But there shouldn't be. Everything is nice and sealed.
Yeah.
Everything's got good clearance. So
Good.
very nice.
There we go. That's the installation of the JLT. They call it an oil separator. I'm just gonna call it a catch can. But the JLT oil catch can for the Tacoma, straightforward. Took us what, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
With filming and stuff, a little bit longer, but really not all that bad. So huge shout out again to Rogue Off-Road. I'll have their info down in the description below. Definitely check them out for Tacoma parts. What did I say?
Lexuses.
Lexus,
Dodge.
GMC, Ford, and all the Toyotas. So 4Runner, FJ, Tundra. I'm forgetting all the Tacoma Toyotas. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. Give it a huge thumbs up, smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Make sure you click on that notification bell as well so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. We'll see you guys in the next video.